Get your laughing gear around banh mi or baguettes. Can an Aussie make a decent banh mi baguette? I reckon Aussie the Kangaroo might have something to say about it. And I'll rattle off all the ingredients because I don't know about you, but I hate trawling through the entire video just to get the ingredients list.
Nice.
310 mils of warm water between 41 and 44 Celsius. 1 teaspoon of sugar. 2.5 teaspoons of instant dry yeast. 510 grams of bread flour. Now we want a high protein flour, something around about 13%. Then 1 teaspoon of table salt and a spray bottle with some water in it. Now before we crack on with that, get a super sharp knife, something like this Japanese Santoku, sharp end on it, then we can slice our baguettes at the end. And I'd highly recommend getting a non-stick baguette tray like this. I picked this up for Amazon, 2-day delivery, I don't know, it's about 20 bucks. 310 mils of warm water. I'm using a food thermometer here. We're aiming for between 41 and 44 Celsius. Bang that in your mixing bowl. Dry yeast, bang in your sugar. Give it a little stir. Now you don't have to let it bloom like traditional yeast, but that's what I'm gonna do just to make sure the yeast hasn't shat itself. So after about 5 or so minutes, you should see some bubbles starting to come to the surface. As you can see, after 5 or so minutes, it's bloomed massively. Look at that. We're now banging our 510 grams of bread flour. Sprinkle in your salt. Now, because I'm lazier than a sloth with a hangover, I'm not mixing it by hand. We're going to bang it in the stand mixer, let it rip for 10 minutes. When it's smooth and slightly tacky, we're ready to move on to the next step. We'll start off on low speed, then after about 5 or so minutes, I'll build it up to number 3. Give you a quick look. That's after about 2 minutes. It's still got that dry, pasty kind of look to it. Keep going. So this is what it looks like after about 5 minutes. Still not as smooth as what we want. Let's keep going. Whilst we wait for the longest 10 minutes of lies, let's crack it in. Cheers. Right, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's take a gander. Look at that. That's what we're looking for. See, it's starting to get nice and smooth and silky. We're ready to move on to the next stage. Cover with some Glad wrap. Let it go for about 30 minutes. Timer on for 30 mics. Righto, it's now been a half an hour. Rip the top off it. We're gonna now knead it for another 10 minutes. So the second knead's gone through. As you can see, it's just silky smooth. Bang it back into the mixing container. I'm gonna put it near a window so it's in a warm place. Let that sit for another hour covered. All right, let's take another bo peep. Have a look at that. Just gonna press right in the middle, get some of that gas out. Now we're going to take the dough out, divide it up into 6 by equal weight. Whilst that's happening, let's crank up the kettle and get some hot water going. With some digital scales, tear it off with your receptacle on top. Then we want to weigh your dough. So I've got 810 grams, divide that by 6. So we're going to divide that up into 135 gram pieces. Just make sure you reset your scales back to 0. Repeat that 6 times. Cheeky hydration. Oh, fuck yeah. Righto now, we're just gonna roll him out. So it sort of becomes an elongated shape and it will resemble a baguette looking at it from top down. Now lightly flour your surface. And you're just gonna slap your dough a few times. Now you just wanna roll, pinch, roll, pinch, roll, pinch, and just keep repeating yourself. Now basically you want to roll so your tapers down to the edge. We'll then go seam side down on our baguette tray. So now with the boiling water from your kettle, I'm going to probably put a couple of centimetres worth, just enough to cause some steam, into your oven. Then we'll put the baguettes on top and proof them. As you can see, we've got the hot water down the bottom, baguettes at the top, close the door of the oven and let that sit for 45 minutes.
Clean up on aisle 69.
Right, it's now been 45 minutes, they're finished proofing. Take them out of the oven, take the water tray out, get the kettle back on, we're gonna do some more hot water, then preheat your oven to 245 Celsius or 475 Fahrenheit. Now, because we wanna keep these moister than oyster, nice fine spray with water. Grab your super sharp knife, just a little bit of olive oil, then basically we're just gonna put one long slit across the top. Just before we bang them into the oven, another quick spritz with the water. Then 100 mils of warm water into your baking tray. This will go into the bottom of your oven, baguette tray straight on top. Oven's now preheated. Baguette tray in above the water tray. 8 to 10 minutes and we'll pull the water tray out. Right, so it's been about 10 minutes. Let's remove the water tray.
Now this can be a bit of a prick, so make sure you got a fucking heat-proof glove or something, otherwise you're gonna rip half your skin off.
Quick spin of the baguette tray, just to get even coverage. Water tray's out, they're gonna go back in. Quick spritz over the top. Back in for another few minutes. Right, there we are, nice and golden. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Nice and golden. And there we have it. Look at that golden colour on it. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now let's bang in our favourite fillings. Vietnamese butter, fish sauce mayo, Maggi Original, pate, bang on a fuck ton of the pork, coriander, sliced chili, pickled carrot and a daikon. Let's bang in the Banh Mi Banh Mi.
Bang it in.